All right, good morning. I'm making my Sunday sauce. Every Sunday sauce usually starts in the morning here, and I just wanted to show you some of my ingredients. I'm making a meat sauce. So I got my pork, my ground beef 80/20. I got some country spare ribs, some sausage. I got some San Marzano tomatoes, some crushed tomatoes, garlic, onion, basil, parsley. And these are going to be all my ingredients: red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, basil, bay leaf, oregano, and garlic powder. I got my big pot. Let's get ready to cook. All right, pot's on, it's hot. I got some olive oil in. We're gonna throw one chopped onion into this right now. All right, I got the big pot for this because we're gonna make a big pot of sauce. All right. Once these things start getting a little translucent, a little brown, I'm going to throw the garlic in right on top of this. Okay. Salt and pepper. All right. So this is my Sunday sauce, and this is the staple of any type of a Sunday dinner around these parts. It's one of my favorite things to make, and I'm going to be making like a meat sauce. So this is going to be our base here. I always start with onions. Always start with onions and garlic. I'm going to reduce them down. I'm going to throw some red wine in this, and then I'm going to start adding our San Marzano tomatoes. I like using San Marzano tomatoes because it's just probably the highest quality tomato out there. It's less acidic. I tend to get heartburn, and this type of product doesn't give me heartburn. It's also just it tastes so much better. We're not a ragu and prego family around here. I don't shun it, but that's what you want to do. Go ahead, do what you got to do. But around here, I like to make my tomato sauce from scratch. If I am eating some type of tomato sauce, I like that Rayo's from Rayo's restaurant, or Victoria sauce, also very good. Gonna add a little bit of red wine to the onions right now. A lot of people just like to dump this red wine in the sauce. I'm not a big fan of that. I like to do it now. Now's the time. Seize the moment. All right. What's happening is we're burning off the alcohol, and the flavor is going to be left behind here into the onions. And this is going to be, you're going to have a little hint of little red wine flavor in the sauce. Everybody cooks different. I learned one trick from my grandmother, one trick from somebody else, one trick from maybe you're watching The Godfather or Goodfellas, and you start to incorporate all these other ideas in making your own sauce, your own version of everything. That's the beauty of making tomato sauce. That's the beauty of cooking. Take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, put it in, make it your own. See, now all the alcohol is cooking off. I can smell the alcohol. I got it on more of a high heat. So we're cooking this down. It's going to reduce a little bit. And then we're going to throw the tomato sauce on. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, San Marzano. All right, I'm using these peeled pear tomatoes. What are you doing? What are you doing, Dave? Right? Why all these chunks? I'm going to throw a little bit of this sauce in. All right. Then I'm going to take my potato masher here, and I'm just going to start mushing these things down. Start breaking them up. I like a chunky tomato sauce. It just grabs onto the pasta a lot better. It complements the meat and the meatballs. And this is all going to break apart. This is going to be cooking for about 6 hours here. Usually I start these things on a Saturday. I always say the best sauce for Sunday is made on a Saturday because it just allows more time for everything to kind of meld together. But I don't have time. I'm a busy guy. So, all right, so we're gonna mash that up. I'm gonna add some more to this because what I like to do is I like to make a huge pot, and then at least I have some. I can freeze it. I can make it, some other time. All right, another trick. This is a carrot. I just peeled it. Okay, I'm throwing it in the sauce. What is that going to do? It's going to, any acidics that are in this sauce, the carrot is going to try to suck it up. So, we don't want the food to hurt you. But if you have any, symptoms of heartburn and stuff like that, if you're susceptible to any of that stuff, hopefully the carrots is going to suck out any of the acids, because tomato sauce can be, acidic. All right, it's boiling. See that? Nothing can live in there. All right, I'm going to lower the heat now. Lower the heat. Stir this quick. And now I'm going to add some of our meat. Now I got sweet Italian sausage. Okay? Oh, son of a bee. You didn't cut it. So I'm throwing some sausage in. Now after this, obviously, no more tasting it, right? I tasted it, I like it, I approve of the quality here. It's gonna be very good. This is a country style pork, a little bit of bone in there. And this is gonna kick it up a little bit. This is the flavor right here. You're gonna use all that fat. And that's gonna flavor this sauce up very nicely. Very nicely. I gotta save some room. Now I'm gonna make my meatballs. Okay? Submerge. Get in there. This is all gonna cook for, I don't know, 6 hours or so. Like I said, wait till you see this. Everything is gonna be just so flavorful. It's gonna be nice and juicy. The pork is gonna be very tender. It's gonna fall off. You're gonna be able to pick it apart with a fork. That's how good it's gonna be. It's gonna go over some nice pasta, have a nice salad, some bread, a little wine. It'll be a good Sunday. Now we're gonna make our meatballs right now, okay? So I got some ground beef, 80-20, all right? And I got some pork. I don't have any veal. Nobody seems to have any veal around here. Sometimes I make it with the 3 meats, but this is gonna be just fine. All right, so I'm gonna throw some of our ingredients in. I got some chopped up parsley, minced up garlic, a couple of eggs, all right? Some salt, pepper, I'm gonna I gotta have a sip of coffee here. Oh, yeah. If you haven't tried this, you gotta try it. Don Pablo, we grind our own beans around here, and it's probably one of the better coffees I've had in quite some time. You can pick it up on Amazon. All right, we're gonna start mixing this. All right, get these gloves on. We're gonna start mixing these things with our hands. Just try to relax, huh? First time, don't be shy. Oh, milk. We're gonna throw some milk in this. We're gonna get these meatballs wet. Some nice milk from Wade's Dairy over here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And they actually just started delivering again. So the milkman is back. You guys should check out their website. They deliver now, which is a pretty cool thing. I never had that. Never was around for the milkman. I was probably conceived by a milkman, but all right. Hey, by the way, shout out to Stop and Shop. You guys are terrible. You're the worst grocery store around. I I mean, not the people that work there, just the organization as a whole, the pricing, the products that you guys put out. There's no diversity. I went over there yesterday. It's always a problem with them. You know, I'm looking for ground beef and ground pork. They didn't have 80-20, they got 85-15, right? So I had to grab that. Then I had to leave town. I was like, I got to leave town. I got to leave my zip code to go someplace else. Went over to Big Y. Those people, they got their act together over there, you know. Got everything that I needed, ground pork, but I had to leave. I had to go somewhere else just to get something. You know, back in the day when we had Grand Union and A&P, you know, the grocer knew your name and what you like to eat. These days, I gotta wait in line for chicken cutlet. You know, it's just, it ain't the same anymore. All right, see, we're mixing this up. All right, you see? Look at this, all right? It's nice, perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna keep mixing this a little bit with my hands. I'm gonna start rolling them in balls. But yeah, I don't know, I find it just pathetic. You get what you get and you don't get upset mentality over there at Stop and Shop. Somebody's gotta do something about this, you know? Come on, you don't have ground pork? A lot of stuff they don't have all the time. It's like the Soviet Union or something like that. All right. Getting upset. All right. Start rolling these, okay? Just like that. Good size. All right. I'm gonna start frying these in the cast iron pan, all right? Perfect though. You get the idea. I forgot to add. So another trick of mine that I do, so I got the milk in there, right? The onion. All right. I don't like chunks of onion in my meatballs. So I use a cheese grater and I grate the onions down and we're gonna mix that all in. This is gonna give it another depth, another flavor to it, but it's also something different. Some people put this in the food processor and all that. I'm old school. Here we go. All right. We're gonna fry them in the pan. I got a little bit of vegetable oil in there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. What's up, pal? Okay. And the whole objective here is just to brown them. That's all I want to do. I want to brown them on the outside. I don't care if they're not cooked in the middle. That's not the point because it's going right in the sauce. What I'm trying to do is maintain the shape of the meatball so it doesn't turn all mouchette in the pot there. Okay. All right, quarter turns. See, just a quarter turn. A little bit of organized chaos. Looking good, guys, looking good. All right. See that? Nice and brown, still not cooked in the middle. In the sauce, it's gonna go head first. Okay? And then we're gonna repeat the process. Beautiful. Who doesn't like a good meatball? I mean, really. Vegetarians? There you go. These things are going to be sitting in there for quite some time, just cooking down. But that's my meat sauce. Sausage, meatballs, and country style pork. All right, this is the last of them. I'll throw this in the sauce. And that's it. I gotta go to work. I gotta go show houses. Hopefully I can earn today. Keep the heat on. But when I come back, this is what's going to be on my mind all day long. I'm going to be thinking about this. Beautiful melody of meatballs. But yeah, so this was my tricks. This is how I make my sauce. This is how I make my meatballs. Hopefully you could duplicate the recipe and share it with friends and family. All right. All we need now is a good pasta. I'm going to use a Nuevo product, which is out of Bridgeport. They make great pasta. If you're putting all this effort into all this sauce, you got to go ahead and get yourself a good pasta to complement everything. And it's going to be excellent. All right. I'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.